Welcome to day 12 of the 30-day yoga challenge. Today we are working towards the peak pose of compass, which you may remember from my challenge back in January. But if you are new to it, don't worry, I'll offer lots of different options so that you can find a way to work towards it. When you're ready, we'll start lying down on our backs. So as you lie down, separate your legs, relax your arms by your side. And take a few deep breaths here. Perhaps the deepest breaths you've taken so far today. Reach your arms overhead, bring your hands together, and then bring the feet together. And stretch from your fingertips all the way down to your toe tips. Then bring your hands and your feet to the right corners of your mat. So we find a long stretch down the left side of the body. Option to cross the left ankle over the right here. Then take your feet and your hands to the left corners of the mat, finding a stretch down the right side of the body. There's also the option to cross the right ankle over the left. Then come back through center. Take a full breath in, still reaching the arms overhead. With your exhale out, hug your knees into your chest. Take a gentle rock side to side to massage the back. Keep the left knee hugged in, straighten your right leg. Then draw the left knee across to the right side of the body to come into a supine spinal twist. Left arm reaches out to the left side. Option to turn your head to look left. Keep the lower body as it is, but turn your upper body to the right so that you can turn around and come and lie on your belly. Keep the left leg out to the side so the knee is in line with the hip, and support yourself on your forearms for a variation of Sphinx. Press through the forearms and roll the shoulders back. Try to drag your chest forwards. And come back to your breath. Good. Now place the hands under the shoulders. Roll onto the right side of your body and sweep your left leg around. Then turn to face the back of your mat. Keep the right hand by your side for support. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, lean forwards on the inside of your left leg. And you could either stay here, just reaching the arm forwards, or perhaps you might try to start binding the left arm around the leg. We are still getting warm, so the bind might not be accessible, but you could just work this halfway right now. If the bind is accessible, then bring the right hand to meet the left. And relax your chin to your chest. Come back to your breathing. Release the bind if you're there. Turn to the right to roll back onto your belly. Come back into that Sphinx position. Then lifting the left arm, thread the right arm under and roll back onto your back. Extend the left leg, hug the right knee into your chest. And then draw the right leg across the body to the left side, coming into your supine twist. Right arm reaches out to the right side. You could turn and look to the right also. Turn your torso to the left so that you can turn around, come into your Sphinx position, support yourself on your forearms, align the right knee with the hips, and pressing through the arms, drag your chest forwards, roll your shoulders back. Find a steady breath. Place the hands under the shoulders, press up and roll onto the left side of your body. Then pick up the right leg, place it behind you. Turn around to face the back of your mat. And left hand comes by the hip for support. Right arm reaches up, inhale. Exhale, reach forwards. And you're either just staying here or working towards wrapping the right arm around the leg. Perhaps bringing the left hand to meet the right if the bind is available. But we are still warming up, so there's no pressure to go all the way. Good. Release the bind, release wherever you are. Make your way into tabletop. Setting your hands, setting your knees. Revisiting our wrist warm-up from the first week of the challenge now. So this is position 1. Hold for a breath in and out. Position 2, spin the hands around. Go as far as you can. Keep a little bend in your elbows. Pause for a breath in and out. Then position 3, flip the hands, fingers face one another. Press the tops of the hands into the mat. Pause for a breath in and out. Then flip the hands back to position 1 and move in a circular motion. Go a few times clockwise. Then anti-clockwise. Come back through center, hips stay over the knees. Walk the hands forwards and sink the chest down to find puppy pose. Option to rest your chin or your forehead on the mat here. Slowly lift the chest, place the hands under the shoulders. Tuck your toes, press up to downward dog. An option to take the first few breaths here, just exploring your downward dog. So you could pedal out the legs. Perhaps lift one foot, hover it off the ground, and just shift weight into the other foot. Just like you're working out the balance of your body. Good. Ground down in downward dog. Take a full breath in. Exhale out. Then lift the right leg high. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your knee to the back of the right upper arm. Then slide the knee down to the wrist. You could always lower the left knee down here for support. Slide the knee back up to the upper arm. Down to the wrist, up to the upper arm, and then across to the left arm. Turn to your left and sit down. Then bring the left hand on the inside of the left leg. Right arm reaches up. Inhale. As you exhale, bend to your left. And as you bend, you may find that the left forearm could rest on the mat here. Reach all the way through the right arm. Create length down the right side of the body. Hold for a full breath in. Exhale out. See if you could bend a little further to the left. One more breath here. And exhale out. Inhale to lift up. Place the right hand by your side. Pick up the hips. Come into a modified side plank. Option to keep the right knee on the ground here, or you could hover it for a little bit more of a challenge. Pausing here, press the floor away. Then look down for balance. Lower the left hand. And turn your body to face forwards. Pick up the right knee if it isn't already. And bring it forwards to come into pigeon pose. Option to place something underneath you for a little bit of support here. You could either stay upright or fold forwards. Deepen your breath here. Inhale to lift up and step back to plank. Pause for a breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Option to modify by lowering the knees if you need. Come all the way down to your belly. Keep the hands close to the lower ribs. Inhale to lift into Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bring the left knee to tap the back of the left upper arm. Remember, you can always lower the right knee down if you need to modify as you slide the knee down to the wrist. Press back up as you lift the knee to the upper arm. Slide it back down. Lift it back up and then bring it across to tap your right arm. As you turn your body to the right, sit the hips down. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right leg. Left arm reaches up. Inhale. Exhale, bend to your left. Deepen the breath. Take a full breath in. Reach all the way through the left arm. As you exhale, see if you can sink a little further into your side stretch. One more breath here. And exhale out. Inhale to come back up. Plant the left hand on the mat. Pick up your hips. Find your modified side plank. Left knee could either be on the ground for support or you could hover the knee off the mat here for a little bit more of a challenge. Focus on pressing the floor away. If your hips are sinking down, pick them up. Inhale, hold your pose. Exhale, look down for balance. Lower the right hand, turn the body to face forwards and sweep your left leg forwards to come into pigeon pose. Support yourself if needed. You can either stay upright here or walk the hands forwards to sink down into your pigeon pose. Slowing down the breath for the next few moments here. Inhale to lift back up, step back to downward dog. And pedal out your legs here. Then looking forwards, you can take little steps to bring the feet to the hands to come into forward fold. Exhale all the breath out in your fold. Option to take hold of the big toes here, or you could catch the backs of the ankles or the backs of the legs to draw yourself in further. Relax your chin to your chest. Focus on bringing your belly to your thighs. Inhale, lift halfway. Bring your fingertips to the mat as you shuffle your feet as wide as the mat. Turn your feet out, bend your knees, sink your hips down from Malasana. Option to use your hands for support here. You could bring hands to prayer. And start to lean to your right. And you can turn the chest open to the left here. There's also the option to open the arms to help open the chest. If you're looking to work towards the bind, you could wrap the right arm around the leg and left hand round the back to draw the hands together. Pause for a breath in. Exhale out. Slowly release the bind. Shift weight to the left side. Turn your chest open to the right. Option to play with the bind here. Left arm is wrapping around the leg, right arm behind the back. Hands draw together. You could always hold on to your clothing if the hands don't quite meet. Pause for one more breath in. Exhale out, come back through center, then straighten the legs and shuffle your feet in to a forward fold position. Plant the hands and step to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, find your back bend of choice. It could be cobra, it could be upward dog. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, right leg lifts, open out the hip this time. Look forwards. And as you exhale, sweep the leg out to the right side like you're drawing a half circle. See if you can sweep the leg as far forwards as possible to plant it on the outside of the right hand. You could always heel toe the foot in place to help you get those last few inches. Then when you find lizard lunge, you can either keep the back knee lifted or lower it down. Option to take a more traditional lizard, or you could bring the right hand to the inside of the right thigh. Apply a little bit of pressure to roll the thigh away from you, and you'll roll onto the outer edge of your foot. If you roll the leg away, bring it back in. Lift the back knee if it isn't already. Open out the foot. And sink your hips towards your right heel for Skandasana. Flex the left foot so toes point up and you're pressing the heel into the mat. Option to use your hands on the ground for support. Bring hands to prayer. Or work towards the bind, wrapping right arm around the leg, left arm behind the back. Slow down your breath as you pause here. Release the bind if you're there. Bring your fingertips to the mat. Then lean your weight back as you sit down. You may need to rearrange yourself once you get here. Sometimes it's a little bit of a fall instead of a sit. So come to this position, right leg bent close to you, left leg extended. Left hand will hold onto the right ankle. Right arm will reach up with an inhale. As you exhale, start leaning to the left. Coming into a side stretch. Right hand may even be able to find its way to take hold of the foot. No problem if not. Relax the left ear towards the left shoulder, or maybe the head could rest on the leg. Keep turning the chest open. Pause here. Slowly release. Inhale to come up. Now's the challenging part. Rock forward. See if you can lift yourself up into Skandasana. Turn to face forward. Step to plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale. Find your back bend. Exhale. Downward dog. Inhale. Left leg lifts. Open out the hip. Look forwards. As you exhale, sweep the leg out to the left side like you're drawing a half circle with your leg. See how far you can bring the leg. You can always heel toe the last few inches to come into lizard. You could either keep the back knee lifted or lower it down here. Option to keep the front knee over the ankle, or you could apply a little bit of pressure to the thigh, roll it away from you, and roll onto the outer edge of your foot. Deepen the breath. Pause here. Good. If you open the knee out to the side, draw it in. Tuck your back toes, lift the knee, open the back foot. Sink the hips to the left heel for Skandasana and flex the right foot so you can press the heel into the mat. Option 2, use your fingertips on the ground for support. Bring hands to prayer or work towards the bind. Left arm is wrapping around the leg, right arm round the back, hands draw together. Slow down your breath while we pause here. Release the bind if you're there. Bring your fingertips to the ground to support you. And then as slowly as you can, with control, try to lean your weight back slowly to sit down. Rearrange yourself if you need to. Then bring the right hand to take a hold of the left ankle. Left arm will reach up with an inhale. As you exhale, start bending to the right. Keep reaching through the left arm. And you may find that the left hand can find its way to take hold of the foot. Relax the right ear towards the right shoulder, and maybe the head even rests on the leg. And keep turning your chest open as we pause here. Good. Inhale, slowly come up. Then with as much control as you can find, try to shift your weight forwards. Come back to Skandasana. Then turn to face forwards, step to plank. Hold for a breath in. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, find your back bend of choice. But this time with your exhale, come back to tabletop. Sit your hips on your heels, swing your legs round, and you can find a cross-legged position. Then draw the right leg in towards your chest, and you can cradle your leg like a baby, maybe hooking the foot on the left elbow, right knee on the inner right elbow, and just sway the leg side to side. Then use your right hand to take a hold of your foot. You can use your left hand by your side for support. Sit over on your left side so you're picking up the right side buttocks. And then we'll switch the hands. So the left hand takes a hold of the foot as the right arm comes down. And you're trying to lift your leg so that you rest the back of the knee just behind the shoulder. So it can take a little bit of adjustment to get it there. And use the left hand to catch the foot. Right hand will come down to the mat. Then start to extend the leg. And you may find that you're just here with the knee bent. That's perfectly okay. That's how you're going to work the pose today. Then gradually, over time, you can work towards extending the leg. And as you do this, turn your chest open to create our compass pose. Good. Slowly release. Coming out with the same amount of control and care that you took to come in. Lower the right leg down and we'll switch. So hugging the left leg in towards you. Cradle the leg from side to side. Use your right hand to support you by your side as you sit up to lift the left side of the buttocks. Then try to get the back of the left knee over the back of your shoulder. Take as many adjustments as you need to get the leg in place. Keep the right hand on the foot, left hand comes down to the mat. Then either just staying here with the leg bent, you could try to turn your chest open to the right, or working towards extending the leg to come into compass. When you get here, turn your chest open to the right. You could even look up, looking under your right arm. And then slowly release. Good work. Find a comfortable seat, rest the hands on the knees and circle your belly a few times clockwise. And then we'll go anti-clockwise. Good. Then come and lie down on your back. And when you lie down, you can keep the feet together, knees bent, and open your knees wide. Come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Just resting the hands on the belly here, breathing into the space beneath your hands. Bring the knees together and shuffle your feet as wide as the mat to come to constructive rest. You may want to pick up your hips, tuck your tailbone, and then lower the hips back down just to lengthen the lower back. For some, this will feel really good. For others, it might not be necessary. Extend the legs and relax the arms by your side to find Shavasana. Deepen your breath. Start to move your fingers and toes. Hug your knees into your chest. And roll onto your side. And when you're ready, join me back in a seated position. Just keeping the eyes closed for now. And take a deep breath in. And an audible breath out. When you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you so much for your time and your energy. I hope you enjoyed working towards the process of compass pose, breaking down its individual elements and then piecing them together at the end. Thank you again. Take care, and I'll see you for the rest of the challenge.